Hi there. I want to thank you for logging onto my fitness blog. I've decided that since this is going to be the first of many blogs, I might as well introduce myself. Well, firstly, my name is Nazim Dolly. I'm from Cape Town, South Africa, and internationally certified fitness professional, ETA certified personal fitness trainer, and exercise to music instructor with the Exercise Teachers Academy, and then also Merit Fitness Scholarship Award recipient from the Sports Science Institute. And I'm here to speak today about something that we are all very passionate about. It is about fitness, it's about health, it's about looking and feeling great, and it's about employing the techniques, the mental techniques necessary to make a success of it. Now, towards that end, I have basically written a fitness ebook. It is sold globally through various channels that I'm going to be recommending to you. And the name of the book is Ripped Dad, Fat Dad. It's got a catchy subtitle. It is called What the Ripped and Muscular Teach Their Kids About Fitness That the Fat and Obese Do Not. And essentially what it is, it's the true story of my real dad, who was a bodybuilder way back in 1961. He won the Mr. South African Bodybuilding Championships at the age of 19. And it's also the story of my best friend's dad, whom I call my fat dad. Okay, now the contrasting attitude between these two father figures of mine was so diverse. You know, it's going to be so funny, but it's true. And I think a lot of you might be able to identify with these two characters. And just to give you some perspective, when it came to eating healthy food and eating junk food, my fat dad, as I said, that used to be my best friend's dad, he would say at the end of a hard day at work that there's nothing like a steak and McDonald's and fried fish and chips at the end of a long day, and add to that a bottle of beer. Whereas my ripped dad would say that there's nothing like a really good workout at the end of a long day. So already there you can see that the contrasting attitude for both my ripped dad, which was my real dad, the guy that used to work out, versus my best friend's dad, my fat dad, that, you know, didn't really pay so much attention to his state of health and fitness. And when it came to things like mainstream media, my fat dad, he would always say that it is the fault of mainstream media that people only glamorize and look up to people with healthy and fit bodies. My fat dad would say things like, it doesn't really matter what you look like, as long as you've got a great personality, that people should appreciate you for who you are internally. Whereas my ripped dad would say that's such a load of crock, that he thanked mainstream media for coming out with his favorite magazines like Muscle and Fitness magazine. He would thank mainstream media for coming out magazines like Men's Health and Fitness, because thanks to the availability of these particular publications, he was able to stay abreast of the latest trends within health and fitness. And let's look at some of the other attitude changes and diverse opinions of both my ripped dad and my fat dad. So we spoke about food, where my real dad, he preferred healthy food and working out over my fat dad that preferred a beer and a pizza at the end of the day. We spoke about mainstream media, where the fat dad, he would blame mainstream media for people glamorizing fitness models and that they were shallow people, they had no personality. My ripped dad would say that no, you know, thanks to mainstream media, people are actually staying up to date. What else? When it came to career advancement, you know, my fat dad, he was not a dumb person. He was actually quite an influential banker, very smart guy, and he would basically recognize and identify his stocks, his bonds, and his mutual funds as his best investment ever. Okay, now how his investments work, I don't know, but when it came to money, he spent a lot of hours on the job and he made a lot of money with these kinds of investments. My real dad would say that the only and the best investment that you can make is an investment into your own state of health and fitness. Why? Because he believed that you can have all the money in the world, but if you're not healthy, if you're not fit, if you're not strong, it's not going to help you in any way. So he placed a lot of emphasis on looking and feeling good. And at the same time, you know, my dad, he always invested some education into making money as well. So those are three things. Let's look at other contrasts of opinions and attitudes when it comes to health and fitness. My fat dad would say that when it came to health and fitness, it didn't really matter, that it wasn't a priority. It is something that you'd always do. You would always have another day to do it. Okay, so it was never ever something that had to be done today. It was always a case of, oh, when I find time or one of these days I'll think about signing up for a gym membership. And you know, if ever he did anything, it was more along the lines of taking a very slow, brisk walk up a fairly flat, if you can even call it an incline. And my dad used to say that, you know, whatever workout I need to do it today. There's no better day than today. Simply because if you leave for tomorrow what you could do today, you are basically wasting a day and you can never get the day back. So every morning at 5 a.m. my dad would be at the gym. He would be pumping iron, he'd be training his chest, his back, his shoulders, he'd be watching what he was eating. Whereas my fat dad, he would just not care. He would just not go to the gym at all. He would always postpone it to a later date when he would think, you know, might be a good day. And of course, as we all know, when you postpone things, that day never comes. So that's another thing, you know, postponement for the fat dad, and prioritization for my ripped dad, who always believed that your health, your wealth, your workouts, it comes first, and that's the best investment you can make. And towards the end of their lives, you know, as they both got to the middle age, going on to later in life, it became more and more apparent that thanks to the choices of both my fat dad, who was leading a very unhealthy lifestyle, that his self-esteem started suffering, his body image started suffering, and the quality of friendships that he associated with wasn't much worth speaking of. You know, the people that he used to hang out with, the people in the banking industry, the people of the parties he would go to, they would smoke, they would drink, they would drink alcohol, and they would do all kinds of unhealthy things, and they were pretty much out of shape. Whereas the friends my ripped dad used to hang out with, they used to pump iron, they used to drink healthy things, none of them were smokers, and some of them used to drink a little bit of alcohol, but it was nothing out of the ordinary, and they were fairly happy people. The self-esteem was quite high, and they were confident, they knew exactly what was going on, and they had some sort of direction in life. And finally, what I can confirm with you is that the children that my fat dad had, you know, the example that they had to look up to, it wasn't really worth much. They didn't have a role model. You know, they followed in suit, and of course the lifestyles that these children chose wasn't that of one that is conducive to health and fitness. Whereas myself, now being a second generation fitness professional, having attained my fitness scholarship with the Sports Science Institute and qualified through ETA, the Exercise Teachers Academy, many years after my father has passed on, may God bless his soul, I'm promoting the vision, I'm promoting the ideals of health and fitness. And back then, when my dad was a teenager, when he was in his mid and early 20s and going into his 30s, they didn't have this technology back then that we have today to share with you all these blogs of information, to share with you everything we have in terms of YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. And it's so easy nowadays to just log on, click a button, record, and share it with the rest of the world. So in memory of my loving father, Ibrahim Dolly, Mr. South Africa bodybuilding champion, first place in overall 1961, I want to say to you that should you wish to log on for more tips and some more information about how you can get in shape, come back to this blog. I'll be uploading various blogs in the future, and it's going to be ongoing, so feel free to pop me an email, feel free to pop me a line, ask me any questions you want to ask me. Today was just a simple introduction to the difference in attitude of my ripped dad, my real dad, and my best friend's dad that was very unhealthy. And interestingly enough, if you look at the alphabet, just to close off, if you look at the letter A and you assign the number 1 to A, B is 2, C is 3, and so on until the letter Z is 26. If you add up the word attitude, you will actually find that the numbers corresponding to the letters of attitude actually adds up to 100. And interestingly enough, when you add up the word discipline and you add up the numeric equivalent of those words, then discipline adds up to 100%, attitude adds up to 100%. So therefore, in safety, I can confirm that with a good attitude and 100% discipline into the direction of your dreams, you can certainly attain a 200 shot at success. So I want to thank you, and this is my first blog of many. Check me out on Facebook. It's Nazeem Dolly. It's N for November, A-Z-E-E-M for mother, Dolly, which is D for Delta, OLLIE. Look me up on Facebook. I'm wearing a black rugby outfit, and I look forward to hearing from you. God bless and have an awesome day. Chat to you soon. Thanks. Bye.